Welcome to Lunch at Circle TV. I'm Per Karlsson. I'm here today with Bengt Sundström, or Bengt Sundström, the founder, the president, the owner of Lauritz.com.
Yes.
Scandinavia's biggest auction house.
It is, yes, in terms of revenue, yes.
And it's an auction house which is quite different from most other auction houses, that you work primarily online.
We work only online actually, but we are still having the expertise and the possible of physical viewing. So we are sort of hybrid between the traditional auction house and eBay. Yes.
Right. And you started this when?
Actually in late 99, December 99, so we are 12 years on the way now.
Which in a way, to me, is very early on in the internet revolution for auctions. So what was it at the time that made you barge head on into the internet?
It was actually a few years before that, when I was working as an administrative chief at Broom Rasmussen Auction House.
Yeah.
And then the internet came up, eBay came, and I thought, why wouldn't you be able to sell expensive items too on auction?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I worked with the idea for a few years, and then I had the opportunity to buy a traditional auction house in '98, and I converted to internet. And started, as I said, in December, and in February the IT bubble burst, but we still kept on growing, so that was nice.
So you decided already when you started this at the end of the 90s, or the idea came even earlier, to go internet. But you have this, as you mentioned, this unusual business model with internet, but viewing physically in locations.
We sort of made a blue ocean strategy, trying to find out what was good to keep from the traditional world and what should we use from the internet world. And what was good to keep was the expertise, do the appreciation of the items, and have the possibility of physical viewing in order to sort of make that as an alibi. The items are there. We are not only virtual. There are real shops. Because when you are buying expensive items, you of course would like to know they are there.
So you have you're following quite closely management theories and business development principles. I mean, I asked the question because you mentioned the blue ocean.
But that's why originally my career was a traditional management career in Xerox of all companies, and then I changed to the auction business in the beginning of the 90s. But I still try to keep the knowledge that I learned, when I was young.
Well, it was fun because both me and Adrian, who's behind the camera, have done INSEAD at the MBA, and that's the origin of the blue ocean strategy. So glad it works.
I actually did a little at IMD in Los Angeles, Switzerland.
Well, that's okay too.
That's okay too. Okay.
We're all friends.
Yeah.
Now, looking at the situation today, you've been very successful with what you're doing. How do you think internet auctions will develop in the future?
I think more and more will be on the internet.
Yeah.
So I think in 5 to 10 years' time, I think it's only the most high valued items that will still be sold on traditional auctions.
Yeah.
So I would guess like 90% of all items sold will be on the internet.
Right.
So I think it will be growing for the real internet companies, only internet companies, but I also think the traditional auction houses will have to convert or sort of.
So what do you think for you is the key to running a successful internet business in general or specifically auctions?
It's logistics actually, it's distribution. It's a question of distribution because you have to have a flow of items all the time. And this is very difficult for traditional auction houses to understand. They try to do it the old way, collect items, look at them for weeks, doing catalogs either on hard copy or on the internet, and then do the sales. We are taking the items in today, selling them tomorrow, and shipping them after a week. So it's a turnover of items every day.
Inventory management in a way.
Yeah. So we
cash flow.
Yeah. So we sell like 5,000 to 8,000 items a day, which are appreciated, put on the catalog, put on the internet, put into the showroom, and then sold and shipped as quickly as possible.
So what do you think will happen with Lauritz in the next 5 years?
Hopefully we will continue to grow. We are planning to start up in the UK next year, and then we will follow on with France. As we are sitting in Paris, it would be nice to start in France too. And hopefully we will grow with 10 to 20% per year.
You're worried about eBay and pure online auction houses?
I'm not worried, but I, of course, look into what they are doing and how they are doing it, because they are sort of developing the system they have, and we will perhaps go towards them. Because as it is today, we have to have the items physically, and that is, of course, a restraint. So it could be that we also had classifieds on Lauritz where we're selling items from client to client, for instance, or you could think of various systems with letting dealers in selling on Lauritz with their own shops, like eBay do. So we are thinking of a lot of new products. Hopefully we can introduce some.
Now, we have to talk a few words about another of your business ventures, which is you're a winemaker, or at least you're owning a vineyard. I think maybe, I don't know how much you're actually trading the grapes on it, but tell me about your vineyard.
It's actually a sort of a hobby, but rather sort of a big hobby, because we were looking for a small place in the south and came to buy a vineyard over 100 hectares, producing 200,000 bottles a year. And we are producing rosé and red, and it's situated in Provence, so it's very nice.
And it happens to be one of the best vineyards in Provence?
It is actually, yes. And there we were lucky, because I was not a professional in wine when we bought it. We bought it because we loved the place. Of course, we did some investigation into the wine, but it's actually a very nice wine.
And it's called?
It's called Chateau Vineyard.
Vineyard, yes. Now, for the auction business, where do we find you online? What's your address?
It's Lauritz.com.
Lauritz.com.
Very easy. Lauritz with Z in the end, but you will find it whatever you try to search for modern design or whatever, because we're one of the largest in the world on modern design, actually. So.
Bengt, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Spending a few minutes with us, and soon over lunch here at Massio Restaurant in Paris. Thank you for watching Lunch at Circle TV. I'm Per Carlson.